One of the most alarming rates of cancer that has been seen in the community is a bile duct cancer. And it's supposed to be a rare form of cancer that's only supposed to be seen in about 1 in 100,000 people. They've had 6 cases of this in the community of Fort Chipewyan, and it's directly related to arsenic, mercury, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, which are byproducts of tar sands development. This is the picture of what Canada is becoming. Toxic tailings ponds, toxic deserts throughout our boreal forests, sludge leaking out of everywhere, deaths of much of the wildlife and biodiversity. And really, Canada is becoming a tarred nation. We are connected now, but via pipelines that go from northern Canada and Alaska, bringing natural gas down to us, to the refineries that are upgrading and refining this tar sands oil in the lower 48. The top picture is one of the pipelines, the Keystone, I believe, that already exists. And this down here is the Chevron refinery in California, which is going to be upgrading tar sands oil. This is a picture of the Keystone XL pipeline, which is proposed. It's a 1,980 mile long project, and it's going to be carrying up to 900,000 barrels of tar sands oil per day from the Alberta tar sands all the way down to the Texas Gulf Coast. And it's coming through Montana, it's going through South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and all the way down to Texas. So, you know, this is a huge project. And without this project, the reason we need this type of project is we're developing so fast in Canada that there's not enough ways to carry our oil and take it down to the refinery. So they're needing to build huge infrastructure in order to deal with the amount of development that is happening. So where is it all going? About 100 million barrels a day are being shipped across Canada to the US border for US consumption. Tar sands oil has become the U.S.'s largest oil supplier.
This is southeastern Montana. This is the Yellowstone River. This is the North Dakota-Wyoming line. Right in the middle of all this is the Northern Cheyenne Reservation. This is the Tongue River flowing from Wyoming to the Yellowstone River here, which forms the eastern boundary of the Northern Cheyenne Reservation. Surrounded by one of the largest coal development complexes in the world. Directly to the north, Colstrip, Montana, 2,100 megawatts coal-fired mine mouth plant, one of the largest in the world. Thanks to Montana deregulation, now all that power is going out of state, mostly to California and the West Coast. The mines feeding that are, I think, the largest in the United States, definitely fairly close to it. We have the Sarpy Creek mine on this side, moving closer to the reservation, very large mine. You've got the Spring Creek mine and the Decker mine that have been down here for decades here. And these are, you know, adjacent to the Tongue River. Then you have the huge Otter Creek proposal. I will go into a little bit more depth about this over here. And then over here on the Crow Reservation, there's actually, on this side, the Mini Stars Coal to Liquid, huge proposal that the Crow tribe is actively pursuing right now. So you see, it's just literally surrounded. Huge, I'm just going to hit a couple high points. In key sort of defensive, proactive moves that Native Action made and the tribe, they designated the reservation Class 1 in August of 1977 under authority that had never been used. This went to the Ninth Circuit twice. This set the precedent for the nation that a tribe can request cleaner airshed, and they beat all of the big coal companies. You even had the Crow tribe intervening with the coal companies and protected their airshed under landmark court rulings.
Speaking of sacred sites, Yakit Hakyut Puyamke is what it's called. Is sensitive, and I have to be careful on information and how it's shared. So if I sound like a politician, excuse me. The cultural resources are the places of where you go and seek a vision. They're the Confederate Salish and Kootenai tribes. They're a precious resource to them. The Salish, Bitterroot Salish, Pend Oreille, and the Kootenai people regard these areas of very importance. The Salish Pondere have their own dialect and their language. The Kootenays have their own dialect and their language that they use to partake at these places. The languages, the songs, the dances, the prayers, the ceremonies, the hunting, the hide tanning and even beating, the fishing, the plant gathering, the food gathering, the medicinal preparation. These are the things that are provided from in these places.
It's a song I wrote. It's really about consumption and my own consumption mainly. All the fur and fin will lose again, 'cause I bet it is their worst reckoning. And our fine feathered friends sing until they bleed. And how will we replace that symphony? I've got the blackest boots, the whitest skin, satisfy my sugar tongue again. Sing me lullabies and sure Sundays, good verses for your Abilene, and sing them to me free and clean. All the kids come home with teach them how to talk and whistle while they walk, and do the dirty work of battle hymns. I've got the blackest boots, the whitest skin, satisfy my sugar tongue again. Sing me lullabies and shoeshine days, verses for your Abilene, sing them to me free and clean. I'm drinking tea with milk and pontificate on genocide or greed, with a spoonful of dissent for the orchestra of need, but it's just enough to please this colony. I've got the blackest boots, the whitest skin, satisfy my sugar tongue again.